Shut up and sit down.
Teenage Pregnancy Essay. Essay on Teenage Pregnancy for Students and Children in English. Teenage pregnancy is the occurrence of pregnancy in females under the age of 20. Teenagers belong to the age group of 13 to 20, and while teenagers are not practically children, they aren't adults either. And this phase of confusion puts them at a greater risk. As sexual development sets in, teenagers are haunted by curiosity to explore their bodies. Due to a lack of awareness regarding sex, they often engage in unsafe sex, eventually becoming teenage parents. Mostly, such pregnancies are unplanned and minors are not ready to bear the responsibilities of being a parent. Globally, the rate of teenage pregnancy is relatively high. Most cases are reported from the United States, the United Kingdom, and Africa, whereas rates are comparatively lower in Asia. As per studies, it is seen that the quality of teenage pregnancy is higher in developing countries as compared to developed countries, and mostly rural areas report higher cases than urban areas. This shows that the socio-economic background of teenagers majorly contributes to teenage pregnancy. Most teenagers from lower backgrounds with little or no sex education end up with teenage pregnancies. Another reason is a discussion regarding sex being taboo. Often conservative parents and even teachers in schools don't engage in sexual conversation. As a result, teenagers lack basic knowledge about sex or safe sexual practices. The lack of resources on sexual awareness leads teenagers to seek help from their peers, which eventually leads them to have wrong notions about sex. Teenagers barely understand the issues regarding sexual intercourse and the use of contraceptives. A study in the United States reveals that about 53% of teenagers lack information regarding sexual intercourse and contraceptives. The glorification of sex in mainstream media is another reason why most teenagers lack the moral outlook that prevents them from engaging in irresponsible sexual activities. Engaging in underage alcohol consumption and drug abuse is another contributing factor in teenage pregnancies. Often, teenagers seeking social validation from their peers engage in drinking, resulting in them losing their senses and eventually engaging in unsafe sex. In developing countries, sexual abuse of underage girls from lower backgrounds majorly contributes to rising rates of teenage pregnancies. Hailing from low income backgrounds, these girls are pushed into sex trafficking to support their families and are exploited by older men. In most developing countries, girls are married off at 18, and such teenage pregnancies are not met with social and moral stigmatization. Whereas, in developed countries, most teenage pregnancies occur out of wedlock while the teenagers are still in school, leading to social ostracization and alienation of such adolescent mothers. They often have to drop out of school, and without a formal degree, they have to do low income jobs to support their child. Such children hailing from unprivileged homes, often without a father, engage in criminal activities and drug abuse, thus adding to social evils and poverty. In a nutshell, teenage pregnancy create a domino effect in society at large.